What's up, dudes and dudes to the internet? My name's Scythe, and today we're going to be taking a look at SteamWorld Heist. Apparently, a friend of mine was telling me that this game secretly came out years ago on the 3DS or one of the handhelds or something like that. I've never owned any of the handhelds, so excuse me if my knowledge about this game is very lacking, but I ended up checking it out on Steam, and apparently it's got some DLC as well. I don't know if we're going to be able to touch that today, but the game itself is actually a lot of fun. It's kind of like a side-scrolling tactics game that relies on a lot of your own personal skill and kind of patience thing. But before we get into the game, I would very much appreciate if you would hit that like button for me, folks. It helps me out more than you know. Now here's where the DLC comes in. It says this content is scattered throughout the game and you can find the new character near Chop Suey. You also get to choose the varying difficulty. Now, this is pretty cool because the difficulty actually changes a lot of the different gameplay mechanics, and it shows you right here, like the enemy numbers, enemy damage, enemy health. You get more bonus experience for higher difficulties, whereas on the lower difficulties, you have less of a penalty for losing a mission. Granted, on the lower difficulty, your odds of losing a mission are not gonna be nearly as bad, but we're just gonna play on the normal default difficulty right now. The game does have some pretty cool cutscenes and stuff like that, but we're just gonna focus on the gameplay. The artistic direction is already like very HD, looks like it's handmade drawings. I don't know. Blast. This did not go according to plan. What a positively macabre place. And then we can look up, it can look up. Yeah, how exciting. We're just dealing with a basic tutorial right now. Hey fellas, you all right? Because of course we got separated from our party members. Right, better get up there and help out. So this is where already the tactical aspect of the game, and we're gonna be playing with a controller today, is that you don't actually get to move your character per se. You just kind of choose how many moves you're gonna have in one direction, and the game is automatically going to kind of associate like our character. I think anyways, the 6 under our character means that we can have 6 steps before we end up having to end our turn or going out of bounds or something like that. So now we can actually just interact with the doorway. And here's a bad guy. I hold cowbutt down here, ain't I lucky? Mind if I help myself to some of your water? We're robots, but whatever. When I'm done with ye, I'll use you for spare parts. Ha! You just try it, bub. So now they want us to go over to the cover. And this is where the coolness of the game comes into play, because now we actually get to aim and do ricocheting shots. And the thing that's so cool about it is you can actually shoot off a character's hat like we just did there, and we could actually go down there and collect it. Now, that I think is fantastic. Like seriously, that is just awesome to have a mechanic like that. Oh, I see. So the 6 must be our health. Never mind, rip me. Okay. So we have 6 hits. But either way, I think that's really, really cool that you could end up doing stuff like that in this game. You know, you could end up going over and collecting all the hats, and then I don't know what you end up necessarily doing with them. Maybe you just end up, maybe you can equip your characters or something, or maybe it's just for fun. So right now, turrets. Fancy security for a hunk of junk like this ship. I bet I can cover behind that shot-up barrel. So they're trying to teach us the basic covering mechanics. And you saw right there as well, I'll show you in a minute, I won't be able to fire after a sprint like that. I'll just wait my turn here. So as you saw when we ended up going beyond our movement, right up, better use the special abilities telling us to use, but we ended up going further than our character could for shooting, meaning that we had to forfeit our turn. Now, if we tap right trigger, we can see that we've already got this stronger ability, which is gonna, of course, cause more damage, but has a cooldown, which just kind of goes over time, right? So you can see right here, if we would go over here, that's kind of what I mean, where we wouldn't be able to shoot at this point. And also, while we were fighting the turret, the game was saying that, of course, as you can see under the barrel, it's got a certain amount of health. So, of course, obviously the destruction like to the environment can actually be a thing, right? So now we're going down here and we got our first party member. You took your sweet time, Captain. And here I was coming to save you and all. Where's the rest of the crew? They got scrapped and hauled off. I'm the only one left. Yarg. I guess he's a pirate or something. Dang it, we need to get out of here before we end up in some scrap heap. Aye, aye, Captain. There's something about this game. I just have a lot of fun playing it, you know? And it's just, the different mechanics are just like so cool. Take that, you! And now this character kind of introduces a different mechanic where now we have a shotgun, so we don't actually get to see where we're aiming, but it kind of just does scatter shots around the whole map, right? And the enemies, of course, themselves can end up doing ricochet shots as well, which can definitely be a little bit of a problem for you, for sure. I'm guessing the fact that we're using a shotgun means that we're destroying his barrel a lot faster than he's destroying ours, but we're gonna be fancy and try to ricochet and blast them apart with this guy. And the thing that ends up coming into play a little bit later too is, of course, you know, we get to control multiple characters. You can buy them all sorts of different gear, go on missions and grind them out and stuff like that. Really reminds me of Final Fantasy Tactics, which is a very, very old game for sure, but it was one of the first ones that ended up doing something like this, except it's side-scrolling. I'm sure this is also very much the same as the 3DS version, except for the fact that the graphics are a little bit tighter, right? Also the DLC. So they're just telling us, I like how he said toot sweet. I don't know if he was saying totes, but either way, it's just really funny. I like it. Oh, he is a pirate. He's got a peg leg and everything. So now we're going into the next arena here, and I'm gonna duck and cover behind this thing and then try to snipe this guy right in his arm. And then get this guy down here, and hopefully he's gonna be able to one-shot. Nope, he didn't actually get to one-shot that guy. I don't know whether or not the shotgun ends up causing more damage determined, like based on like if you're closer to the enemy or something like that, and then we ended up getting a critical strike. So we could be risky and do stuff like this. Okay, so there you go. Hashtag confirmed, the shotgun's really, really good. And then there's also these loot bags that you can end up collecting throughout the map, which is gonna end up just giving you an overall bonus to your mission. Like once you end up completing the mission, you're just gonna end up getting a whole bunch of extra loot, right? And then over here is going to be the escape pod, which I'm assuming is just going to be in every mission. And as you can see, there is actually multiple, there's so many different places for the escape pod, because I'm assuming you can end up getting a pretty big, powerful party. So you actually collect swag as well. So we're just going to do that, hop over to the next town mechanic of the game before we call it a day. Oh, but before that, yeah, here's that baller hat, which I mean, I guess we can end up putting it on. Maybe certain hats will end up having passive abilities, or maybe it's just kind of for looks. But here is the loot crate kind of mechanic, I guess. Fill a few swills of water, the essential resource of Steambots. Oh, we're Steambots, that's why, okay. And it looks like that's just our currency, because now we've got 653 water. We also get our total experience, which of course gets separated to crew, per crewmate, meaning that you have more people in a crew, you're gonna end up thinning out that XP overall. All right, and now we're back at our home base, I guess, where we end up choosing our missions and stuff like that. Welcome back, Captain. Dang it, Wonky! We won't get any work done with these scrappers hogging everything in sight. The new good steam maggots are even pilfering the parts from honest cowbots. I guess we're a cowbot instead of a cowboy, right? We'll have to do something about that. They hauled off most of our crew back there. Yarr! I'm still here. With the water shortage, it's a tough spot. No mistaking it. This puts us in a skeleton crew. What, am I invisible? Get wrecked, you stupid pirate. We didn't even get that much water. Tarnation, I guess he should be a cowboy, right? But whatever. We'll need more gallons to get back on our feet. I'll have to figure something out. Okay, ma'am. Ma'am? Oh, we're a missus. Okay. Okay, ma'am, just set the course over the map table and let's get moving. So now we actually get to control our character and walk around and junk like that, kind of explore our ship as it were, and then we would end up going through this area, kind of getting more crewmates and so on and so forth, and kind of upgrading the ship further and further, and overall just getting more powerful for the later missions. There's also boss fights, which are apparently really, really crazy and cool and stuff like that. We need to find more gallons. And let me see here. So are each of these... Yeah, okay. So, filling up. With nothing but Ripper-class scrappers aboard, this tiny vessel should be easy pickings for even a small and desperate crew. Grab as much as possible and get out. So we can collect swag and then evacuate. Oh, and then we could have actually chosen the difficulty 2 per mission. So I guess you could end up lowering the difficulty or upping it if you think that you're, you know, overly confident about like how things are going. And then here we go. So we've got a new hat. So we got this one right here. And we ended up getting the bowler hat. So we can actually equip that on our character, and we're gonna make the pirate the captain now. Yeah. We also could end up having different guns, but we don't have any, and then different utilities, which we don't have any of those either. And a very nice, very cool, seamless transition right into the level, which I very much like. Can you hear me? It's wonky. I've hooked up to some exposed plumbing on this ship, so now I can speak to you. This should be an easy mission, nothing like the last one. Just grab all the gallons you can. Oh, and if you should come across any epic swag, make sure to bring it back. Well, seeing as it's the starting mission, I'm sure that there's going to be some. So what we're gonna do, just because why not, let's do this final mission here, folks, before we call it a day. Let's set up our new captain to end up going up here and hopefully being able to survive against this guy. Oh, he backed away. Good. Ha! You think that you can best me, you fool? Yes! So I guess headshots right in the face end up getting you crit damage or something like that. Oh my goodness, we are just destroying them. So let's split our 2 mates apart. Go up here. Such a cool game, though. I've been having an absolute blast. I love these types of games. I might definitely end up playing this game off camera if I end up having some extra time. Ooh. So we're not actually in any cover, unfortunately. Let's see if we can get down here. And then we could probably shoot this guy right in his back. Which, I don't know if that did any... Ooh, special loot crate. Let's grab this. Yoink. And I'm guessing this guy, yeah, he's not going to be able to hit us when we're hidden down here. This is actually a great cover spot. Like, seriously, very, very good. So we can grab that, and then that already ended up wasting our turn. So now we have to kind of, like, we don't get to go and grab something and then shoot. You know what I'm saying? So let's see if we can blast him right in the face. Oops. That didn't end up doing a crit, but whatever. Let's go down here and shotgun him in the face instead. Oh, so cool, man. Let's swap it around and let's send our captain up top and send our kind of berserker dude down low. But as I was looking at the game trailer and stuff, like, it seems like a really fantastic game. Ends up becoming really, really cool in the late game as well, I'm sure. So let's go down here and hopefully this is gonna end up working. Yeah, so we got to cause a little bit of damage, but not too much. That guy, wow, he is a sniper bot. And then that guy, point blank, can't even hit us if he wanted to. Okay. So I guess, oh, whoops, we could also be using our special ability as well. And that was pretty cool. Did you notice that? As our shotgun guy, when it came to his turn again, he was still aiming in the spot that we were previously aiming. So that's a pretty neat mechanic, you know? Now, the one thing that I wonder is, I know that later on, I'm sure you can have phasing bullets. Because that would be pretty cool if you could end up shooting through an enemy and hitting a bunch of them like in rapid succession, you know? I'm pretty sure certain characters can do that. You should have enough water by now and we won't get paid for wrecking scrappers. Or did it say that we would? I don't know. Just pocket all the swag and head on for the escape pod. Okay. Oh, and then it's just right in the middle of the level. Okay, that's good. But either way, a fantastic game, seriously. I'll put links in the description to everything, everybody, so you can end up picking this game up for yourself if you want to. But either way, very, very awesome game. Absolutely love it. Definitely would recommend it. Would play again. 10 out of 10 IGN. Thanks for watching, though, folks. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found the video helpful in deciding whether or not you wanted this game, or even if you didn't know about it. Let's open the swag and see if we end up getting anything. So we got ourselves a new gun, and then I'm guessing all of these are just, oh, they're not all just water. Okay, so we got a utility which deals 10 damage to any melee attacker. Aha! And then some steam pot, which is gonna give us a whole bunch more money. And then we level up, do 3 stars because we did so good, which the whole ranking system seems very much like a handheld game, doesn't it? Either way, thanks for watching, folks. Sayonara and stay epic.